Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello to the mystics and the dreamers out there. My name is Belle, and I'd like to share a little tarot inspiration this evening. The daylight is quickly fading, so it's later in the day than I usually do the tarot readings. My epiphany from this evening, I was sitting down for a little quiet time at the end of the day, and it occurred to me that I think life is supposed to be fun. So rather than stress all the time, I think life is actually supposed to be fun. So yeah, that's my tidbit of the evening. And again, this is being filmed August 12th, 2015, but it can be viewed at any time for tarot inspiration, as you are guided or inspired to check out my videos. You'll be watching it at whatever time you're watching it, and that's fine. And if you want a tarot reading personally, I think I'm going to be doing some free tarot readings before I start setting up like an online store for it. So contact me through Twitter. My name on Twitter is Belle Music. Contact me on there if you want a really fun tarot inspiration reading. Okay, the decks of cards I'm using tonight are Tarot of the Trance, which gets a little cool, it gets a little weird. Tarot of the Trance is really fun. And then the second set of 4 cards is going to be Paulina Tarot. So let's see what comes up. I have drawn the cards, but I have not turned them over yet. First card is Queen of Coins. And I'm a little bit prudish, so I was like, I hope none of the cards with nudity are going to come out in the Tarot of the Trance deck, because there's a little bit of nudity in this, stylized nudity in this deck of cards. But the first one is like totally nude. Okay, Queen of Coins. Let's see. She's very comfortable. She's very comfortable with herself, comfortable with her environment, where she is in the world. There's a freedom in this nudity somehow. Queen of Coins. It's like by being free and being completely herself with no disguise, not even any scrap of clothing, she has ample resources. Because sometimes coins are earthy and finances, maybe? I don't know, actually, but it seems like it could be abundance and like giving birth, because she's kind of in this pose of like giving birth almost. Giving birth to ample resources. She's a total goddess. Okay. So that's what I get for hoping that there would be no nudity. I get the first card, total nudity. Okay, this next card is just stylized. Ace of Cups. We've gotten this one before. It's this beautiful flower blooming from a goblet. It's like the flower has kicked out the fish. The flower's like, make way. Ace of Cups. Sometimes the ace, I think, is thought to be like representing the suit as a whole. Cups are about emotions and like good things. Yeah, Ace of Cups. If I tune into this card and like focus on it a little bit, I'm drawn to I don't know, just the fact that this flower isn't questioning the scenery. This flower isn't saying, I shouldn't have grown out of this goblet. I displaced these fish. The flower isn't really saying that. The flower is just blooming as best she can. And that's really cool. So it's about, there's that saying, bloom where you're planted. Like, be present where you are, enjoy where you are, be happy where you are. Even if you want to continue on and do different things in the future, you can still bloom as much as you can in the present moment. So that's what this card makes me think of. And I apologize if there's some glare off of my glasses, but cannot be helped. I've got like a little bit of a lamp on over here. Okay. Here is a partial nudity card. Make sure my computer doesn't turn off. Partial nudity card. Princess of Coins. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So we have Queen of Coins first. Now we have Princess of Coins. There's an apple and a serpent. She is like 3/4 nude. At least according to our current traditions of clothing. It almost reminds me of the story of Adam and Eve because of the serpent and the apple. But it's like a new take on that story because she doesn't really seem to be bothered by that much. How would I interpret this card? I would say it's almost like the apple is inhabiting its own universe because the apple's kind of in this orb above her head. So it's almost like this crossroads is happening between the Princess of Coins, the serpent, and the apple, which is in this like floating orb. So there's 3 different elements. Let's see what the 4th card is and see if there's a little bit of a flow going on here. The 4th card is Knight of Cups. That's interesting. So we had coins, cups, coins, cups. That's kind of interesting. Knight of Cups. And this one, the guy, he's a merman. The merman looks like he's being eaten by the fish. Knight of Cups. It's almost like this cycle where the merman is emerging from the fish or being eaten. Can't really tell. And then the merman has the fish by the tail. Maybe this is about not forgetting how connected we are to nature in different ways. You can't really necessarily draw a clear line all the time between where things end and begin. For instance, like the idea of the trio mind, body, spirit. It's kind of hard to say a clear-cut boundary between mind, body, and spirit. Like you can say they're distinct things, but at the same time, there's some overlap there maybe, because it's hard to say which one is I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that one a little more. So this definitely reminds me of this, like, being connected to a cycle of nature. And then I was talking about the trio of mind, body, spirit. I mean, there's a trio here. I don't know if it's a mind, body, spirit trio in the Princess of Coins. Very, almost, what's the word? Almost, I can't think of the word right now, but kind of quizzical or not completely clear what all these cards are. Yeah. So I might go back over the cards at the end, but let's move on to the Paulina Tarot and see what happens here. Okay, the first card of the Paulina Tarot is Judgment. I really like the way the Judgment card is depicted here. It's this set of trees and plants that are cradling a mermaid baby, like cradling a child, and it's a good way of thinking of judgment or the lack of judgment, because to me this card is kind of saying how could you possibly judge when everyone's so innocent. It's like, don't judge the innocence. Hopefully this video turns out okay, because we're losing a lot of light, so it's getting kind of weird. Usually there's more daylight, so when I film the videos. Okay, so next card is Four of Wands. This one is cool. It's almost like she has the world at her fingertips, because a city is depicted in the folds of her dress. So this one could be about confidence, like having the confidence to know that the resources of the world and the sights and sounds of the world are at your fingertips and within reach. And then the third card of Paulina Tarot is Seven of Pentacles. This card reminds me of how I was thinking of things earlier. This card, she can't decide. She has all these good choices and she can't decide. I was just sitting down earlier and I was turning over things in my mind. I was like, I was thinking to myself, like, I have to make these decisions. And I realized that I was thinking about these different aspects of life a lot, in terms of career or my future life path. But then I was thinking I've already actually made these decisions. So I was kind of pondering and worrying about it too much instead of just sticking with the plan that I've already laid out for my goals and stuff like that. So that's what this card reminds me of. It's like taking too long to make decisions and forgetting what you've already decided. And Five of Cups. This one is about someone who's a little bit depressed, a little bit forlorn. She has closed herself off to some of the fun stuff in life. And it's kind of interesting. It's like there are 3 cups on the ground that have spilled, but there's still 2 cups above her. But she's too focused on the past. She's too focused on what has happened in a negative sense instead of focusing on the positive in the future. That's a really good thing to remember, to keep setting your sights on positive things in the future. And, think about the past when you need to, but don't dwell on the past too much. That's a good message that I will take to heart. I've been doing better about that recently, but I know that sometimes I definitely think about the past too much. And kind of in a negative way. Because usually, I find that negative memories stand out to me more than positive ones. Or like I have to make myself think of positive things sometimes. But I think that might just be a bad habit or something like that. So, okay, I'm going to have a little bit of time. It's like 13 minutes. I'm going to show each card again. And if you want to, you can stop the video and look at the card yourself and come up with your own interpretation. So I'm going to go through all the cards again. First we have Queen of Coins. If you want to stop the video, go ahead. Think about this card. A lot of imagery here. A lot of good, strong goddess energy. Okay. The next one was Ace of Cups. So if you want to pause, go ahead. Okay. And then we had Princess of Coins, and I never really decided what I thought this meant. It's like such clear imagery. The serpent, the apple, and the Princess of Coins. It's hard to say. This one's a little bit perplexing. I think that might be the word I was looking for earlier, perplexing. And then this weird cycle of nature with the Knight of Cups, the merman, and the fish. Okay, so those were from, as I said, Tarot of the Trance. I hope you paused the video if you wanted to. Now I'm going to go through Paulina. This is Judgment. Don't judge the innocent. And everything in life can be a little bit innocent. So don't judge if you can help it. That's kind of a bad habit too, isn't it? It's really easy to judge, especially in our culture. Our culture loves like criticism. It seems like, because it's more interesting than just being like quiet and just saying like, oh, I don't know. We like to talk about things more. Seems like. Okay, this is Four of Wands, if you wanted to pause. This is Seven of Pentacles, indecisive, taking too long. And last but not least, Five of Cups, too sad to notice the good opportunities still around. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in to this evening video about tarot inspiration. I think I'm going to title this one Tarot Inspiration for Your Brain. For some reason that occurred to me as I was setting up. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.